and tea. The good morning light is here. It's time to start the day. Yeah, it's time to start the day. and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or host. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by the channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is the day that the Lord has made. And yes, we're going to rejoice and be glad in it. And uh, we are on a different platform this morning, where we're on our secondary platform this morning, which is our YouTube channel. We had issues with Facebook for some reason trying to get it connected on yesterday. So rather than panicking, freaking out, or anything, we just got the information out. So tag somebody, let them know that we are on. I did tag it on both of my pages on Facebook, so we still should be getting those people in. But you know what? What we're not going to do, we're not going to worry about it, because we know that all things, come on, talk to me this morning, all things work together for those that love the Lord. So we're still just excited about what God is doing, and the ability, here we go, the ability to actually still operate. How about that? We can still make this thing work. So we're excited about that. I'm looking at everything that's going on, and yes, we are on. I see our Dean herself, Mother Margaret Feast, is on. I see Elder Christy Keat is on. So that lets me know that we are on, and people did get the information out. So do me a favor, like I say, tag somebody, tag, on your page, just tag. We're trying to work the kinks out with Facebook, but nevertheless, it's always good to have a backup plan. Come on, talk to me this morning. I am so excited about God bless you to my niece. I see my niece on here. God bless you, Lady Brock. Thank you for joining us this morning. To our very own Elder Richard Clark. God bless you, sir. Thank you for joining us this morning. As I was sharing with them, we had a little kink in the switcher connecting with Facebook, but thank God for a backup plan. And as I was thinking about that, and I pray that G will make it on eventually. But I was thinking about that, and of course, I didn't get a chance to reach out to my nephew last night, but I'm quite sure he was just like me, glued into that game last night. God bless you, Pastor Fred, over there in Kenya. God bless you, sir. Um, but we were I was looking at the game last night, and how many know that if you don't stay committed to what got you to where you at, you will eventually uh, uh, lose the game. If I could just say it that way, you will eventually lose the game. And so, in looking at that, we thank God that we were able to stay focused, not trip out, you know what I'm saying? And keep it moving. How about that? And so that's where we are today. I see you all are coming in, and thank God for that. To Elder Feaster, God bless you. Thank y'all for coming on in. And like I say, it's always good to have what we call a backup plan. Um, I looked at that game last night, and I see Pastor Greg is on. Pastor Greg came on. He said, "Am I the only one that?" No, you're not the only one, brother. It's some other folks that have joined us, and I thank God for that. But I was looking at the game last night, Pastor Annalines, and the Cleveland Cavaliers were up by 20 points in the fourth quarter. Had been winning the whole second half. Were up by 20 points with 7 minutes left in the game, and they lost focus on what got them there. Did you hear what I just said? If we don't watch it, the day I got on my shirt, I didn't quit. If we don't watch it, we will allow outside distractions to make us lose focus on what got us to where we are now. We're halfway in, or a little past the halfway mark of the fifth month of the year. And if we don't be careful, we'll constantly keep looking back over the last 4.5 months and saying, or coming up with reasons why I'm not where I think I should be. But I just beg to tell you this morning, the mere fact that you woke up this morning with the activities of your limbs. Talk to me this morning. Come on, get in the chat and start talking. With the activities of your limbs gives you the ability then to go forth and be productive in this day. Can you imagine? It is so easy for us to always say F. Did you hear what I just said? That word F. F, I had more money. F, my health was better. F this, F that. And before you know it, if you don't get out of that stigma on your own self, you'll find yourself losing the game, if I can say it that way. And so here, in a 7-minute period, they went from being up 20 points to actually losing the game. And it was all because they stopped doing what got them there. And what am I saying today? If you're slacking on your prayer life, slacking on your fast, in fact, slacking on reading your Bible, it is time for you to get back focused, get back into the game. It is still not too late. Here's the thing. Sometimes, and I was looking at the game and I was saying to myself, when is the coach going to call a timeout just to speak life back into them? Every once in a while, you need somebody. I hope I'm helping somebody today, but every once in a while, you need somebody to speak life into you. In other words, everything can be going perfect, and it could be something that triggers you, and that's what we call life. And that every day, even though y'all sometimes I guess y'all think that I'm just always on this high. No, there's days just like anybody else that sometimes I look at the situation and I say, whoa, that one hit me. It hit me in my gut. You know what I'm saying? But thank God that I'm at a place now that I have people in my circle. Did you hear what I just said? I have people in my circle that when that happens, I know I can reach out to them and I can be transparent. Did you hear what I just said? I can be transparent. And so, as I was saying, looking at the game last night, I'm looking and I'm saying, when is the coach going to call a timeout to get them back on track? And however, he didn't do it, and the rest is history. One of the biggest comebacks for New York Knicks, definitely in a playoff series. And sometimes here we go. While I'm on this subject, sometimes you can't recover from that. Did you hear what I just said? Because listen, when you got them on the ropes, you got to go ahead and finish them off. And those type of incidents, those type of things will come back now and play in your head, because when you had it, and I pray that somebody is understanding this, that when you had when you had old Slewfoot down, because I'm just convinced that a lot of us, we give him too much credit in our lives. Did you hear what I just said? Some of us, everything that don't go right in our life, we blame it on the devil. But I beg to tell you this morning that that's not the case. Everything that happens in your life does not necessarily mean it came from the devil. Some things God allows to happen to pull out of you what he's put in you. So I thank God for that. I thank God for just being who he is, for being, as the senior people would say, a mind regulator and a heart fixer. Oh, yes, Lord. I'm just so grateful that God is doing what he's doing in our lives. And while we waiting for G, he might be able to pop in. And if he don't, I do want to remind you all on tomorrow, say tomorrow, type in tomorrow, on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Yours truly, let me take this band off. Yours truly will be on Zoom. There's the information. I'm going to be flooding my timeline today with that information. But we're having a service, and it's Vision Strategies for Ministry Growth. And I've been tasked with ministering on without a vision, the people perished. And I'm just convinced in this day and time that a lot of us. Well, I ain't gonna preach you this morning. So you need to join us. $25 registration. Come on, be a part. That's Pastor Anna Lyons, and I always give her all the credit for being one of the most workingest persons I've ever seen in my life. And so we want to make sure that we support that, as well as support me as I minister tomorrow night, and then immediately follow me, Bishop Farmer will be ministering also. So we're just excited, just as we get ready to go into these summer months. We've got a lot of things on our plate. We've got Pentecost Sunday coming, but then on Friday we also have with us none other than uh, Lady Phyllis Gerald out of Alabama, by the way, of Washington, D.C. I've known her for many a years, and she's going to be the fourth installation of Women's Month. And I tell you, I don't know about you all, but I have been enjoying this month tremendously. I mean, the women have been bringing it. Lord have mercy. And we're excited even going into next month, where we've got some powerful men that's going to be there. But we're busy doing, listen, God's work. We're busy being busy, and so we're just, like I say, I was as I was getting dressed this morning, I pulled my shirt out and I said, that fits what I want to talk about this morning. Just about us not giving up. Don't get discouraged. Don't think that you're the only one. See, here's the thing. A lot of times where we lose focus is we think we're the only one going through it. And I beg to differ to let you know, I guarantee you without a shadow of a doubt, if we was to do a survey right now, that somebody else is going through. And here's the catch of that. And sometimes it's they're worse off, if I could use that word, than your situation. And so we've got to just stay encouraged. As I looked at them dwindle that lead last night, I just shook my head and I said, but that's not how you all have played all that time. So don't get to this place right here. Don't get to this point in life and all of a sudden now everything seems, when things are not going your right. Okay, so you woke up a little late this morning. That's not enough to throw in the towel. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we allow situations that we still can control, because I'm still convinced that, see, here's the thing, and Brother G, I wish he was on, because we would be talking about possessions. And there's a thing about uh, uh, because you're dealing with a clock and you're dealing with possessions, and believe it or not, that time will sometimes run out if you do what you're supposed to do. Did you hear what I just said? In other words, if you're going through something, sometimes you just got to wait it out. It's almost like that microwave. That microwave, Elder Christie. That microwave. We'll put 2 minutes on. We'll put 2 minutes on, and then when it get down to about a minute and 30 has went off, then we want to stop it. And guess what we have to do? We have to fill it, and then we have to stir it up, and we have to put it back in there. Why? Because it really was about 2 minutes. If it said 5 minutes, it was about 5 minutes. They have already, here, listen what I'm saying. They have already done the research on it. They already know that when you stick this in the microwave, here we go. When you stick this in the microwave, that it's going to take that length of time. And so what we have to do is just be mindful of that everything has a time on it. All right, let me get him in here. Let's go. All right. Good morning, Brother G. How you doing this morning, sir?
What's going on?
All right. Gee, I was talking about. I don't know how much you. I'm quite sure you watched that game last night, but I was talking about how losing focus can cause you to lose the game, because in a 7 minute period, the Cleveland Cavaliers went from a 20-point lead down to when the clock says 0-0, the time was the game was tied up. And during that process, I'm saying that they lost focus on what had got them there. And if we're not careful in life, that's the same thing will happen. That whatever got us to where we are, we still have to make sure that we still maintain those same things to keep it going, because it does not take a lot for distractions to set in. And when distractions set in, it will cause us to end up losing the game. But I just want to say good morning to you. Thank you for joining us this morning. I don't know if you had anything on your mind that you would like to discuss, but I'm more than open to give you the floor if you want it.
You can go ahead.
All right, so let me just ask you this, and I'm quite sure you was watching the game. Uh, what really happened? Talk to me. What I mean, my perspective was that, but um, the one question I said I just couldn't understand why at some point the coach didn't call a timeout to get them at least back on track. And if we're not careful, sometimes we need that person to speak into us. You know, when we think about Faith and Tea, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, my prayer is always that something that is said over the airways, over our platform, that it will encourage somebody to get back focused, get back on track to where they was. And so that kind of like blew my mind why that didn't even happen.
Mm-hmm.
Quiet today, my brother. Okay,
I
well, like I
I
say,
don't know.
say again.
I didn't watch the game, so I don't know.
Oh, okay, no problem, no problem. Yeah, but they were up by 20 points with 7 minutes left and ended up losing the game. And the thing of it is, uh, at no point at no, because we always deal with possessions in time, and I'm just always convinced that if you do your part, it's not about you always having to score, but it's
Mm,
about you stopping them from scoring. And if you go down there and not productive, and that's even with life, that's just like if you go to work and you're not productive, eventually, hello somebody, eventually they're going to call you in the office, and they're going to notice that because of your work habits, we're losing momentum. In other words, things are not being taken care of. You can't go to your job every day and think that they're going to keep you when you're not being productive. And so when I looked at that last night, I said, my, it's just about staying focused. And that's where I want to make sure that I stay focused on where God is taking me in this season. Hello,
mm-hmm.
somebody. And if we're not careful, we will allow distractions, because let's just keep it real. Life be lifing for everybody. So you're
Mm-hmm.
not the only one. You're definitely not the first, nor will you be the last one to have what we call a good day or bad day. You know, I got up on the wrong side of the bed or whatever the case. That's not gonna always be your story. But if you allow it to be, you'll find yourself that eventually, as I keep saying, losing the game. Why? Because each time it seemed like James Harden came down the court, it was almost like a fear factor in him that they're going to take the ball from me or whatever. And then on the other side, it was like Brunson just said, "Give me the ball." You know what I'm saying? And what's always from a fan standpoint, we're looking at it. At least I'm looking at it, and I'm saying, y'all already know what they're gonna do. I'm fussing at the TV, like they can hear me. But and that's how life is. Sometimes we look at individuals and we say, we try to pour into them. Especially as parents and stuff like that, as leaders, we try to pour into them, and that's why I'm saying I'm challenging individuals to get on that Zoom tomorrow night, because I know I've got a word from the Lord on the vision. Just on what God has planned for you. The Bible says that without a vision, the people perish. And so that lets us know that you have an opportunity. Hello, somebody. And so we just want to share that with the folks this morning. We had to go a different route this morning. The switcher wasn't working properly with Facebook, so we're actually shooting from YouTube and
Oh
Facebook.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. So so
Mhm.
so we have YouTube all the time, but we never really look at it. But we're actually broadcasting on the YouTube
I just
channel, and then
I
I
just went.
shared it. Yeah, I shared it to Facebook. So listen, that's where I'm going back to not letting something get you down. I always
Yeah,
see.
yeah, no, cause I literally to even like just retort right that literally that last sentence. I had a reason to be upset this morning. I had a
Come on.
reason,
Uh-huh.
but I'm gonna force myself, and it's not even a force. Just by me slightly just deciding to instead of turning that frown, turning it upside down, and it just automatically just lifts, it just pulls some weight off your shoulder. You know,
Yes.
a lot of
Yes.
times I think that we fall trapped into thinking that we have to stay in that mode, or that
Mm.
it's no way out, or the only way out is God. Now, by all means, but if you need God to get you out, by all means, that is so great, and God loves
Yes.
that for you.
Yes.
But guess what? I definitely 100% believe. This is just G speaking for himself. 100% believe that God wants to have instructed you,
Mm.
filled you, given you the credence to be able to handle some things on
Yes.
your own through him, through him, but you're handling it through your own.
Come
You're
on.
not just automatically falling on your face, and then the first things that have to come out your mouth is Jesus. First thing that has to come out your mouth is God. The first thing have to no. He wants you to be at a place in life where, yeah, you, Greg, I'm already in here. Greg, I'm already in here. I don't need you to call for me. You go handle it.
Come on,
You,
man.
you go put your big boy pants up and you go
Uh-huh.
handle it, Greg. I'm here. I'm here.
Hmm.
I got your back. You need to have your front. Go do what you have to go do. And so a lot of times I feel like we fall victim in thinking that you gotta stay there. And it's as
Hmm.
simple as saying that, no, I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
literally as simple as saying,
Yeah,
no, I'm not.
yeah, yeah. That's good. That's good. That's good. And like I say, it's just amazing how um things can happen because that game last night really made me realize, listen, that if you don't stay focused and if you don't get nothing else out of what I said today, it's just about you taking responsibility. Yeah, I called James Harden name out, but guess what? It's still four other players. It's still some
Mhm,
coaches. So it was a combination of people losing focus. Did you hear what I just said, G? It was a
mhm,
combination of people not doing what it took for them to get there. We've always talked about and we know just in today's time, especially in sports, it's more of an offensive than a defensive situation. But still, it still always boils down to possessions and time, and that's the same way it is with us when in this walk with Christ. It's still about possessions and time. In
mhm,
other words, if you're not giving, here we go, G. If you're not given the time to grow, in other words, if you're not properly reading your Bible, properly being in on the prayer calls, properly being in the Bible studies, properly going to service and being poured into, then eventually, guess what? You're not gonna have nothing in your tank to put out. And like anything in life, all of us, as I said earlier, all of us face life obstacles, ups and downs. No, there's not no person on this earth that's just living on a high
right.
24/7, 365 days a year, because life be life, and for you, for me, and everybody else. And so
Mhm,
when we look at it from that standpoint, it's just important, as my shirt says today, I'm not going to quit. Does not mean that I'm not going to go through some bumps and bruises, but guess
right.
what? I'm not going to throw in the towel all because things are not going my way. And I'm just convinced when we learn that I need you and you need me, I think as a body we'll be better. When I look at just in your household, we need each other. There's things that you need me for, and then there's things I need you for. You follow what I'm saying? And so when we realize that, I think we'll be a better person. I'm gonna let you say the last words. Get these people out of here so they can start their day. Listen, on Friday we're gonna be right back, same setup. So you all come to our YouTube, get that word out that we're transitioning. And I did this a while back when we had some issues before, but I'm really gonna transition and start really pushing our YouTube side because YouTube basically you to be honest, you don't have no problems. Every once in a while, Facebook go through different issues and this, that, and the other. So we always want to make sure. So get that word out. We will be making sure that we flood our timeline. But I'm just excited. Right before you get the final word, G, I'm still. Let me put my flyer back up again because I am excited about tomorrow night. I truly am. That's my element right there. I love teaching. Did you hear what I just said? I love teaching. I believe God has put that grace on me to be able to teach and to keep it to where even as they say, a fifth grader could understand where I'm coming from. And so we're excited about what Pastor Anna Lyons is doing up there in North Carolina, and we are there to help support that side of the vineyard. So at the 7 o'clock hour, you all come on and join us and help us get the word out. G, I'm gonna give you your final say, and then we're gonna close it on out. We're gonna move on with our day. God bless you. Thank each and every one of you all. I feel so excited. I'm looking at the names that's on. So y'all found it. Y'all know how to get to us now. So if you ever come on and you don't see us on Facebook and you know we're supposed to be on, if we don't send a note out, you know we're here. So we're going to be on the YouTube side. God bless you. Go ahead, G. Give me a final word for us.
Yeah, I'll just say, have a great Wednesday, and you guys know my motto, something I adopted a while back. But if God woke you up, then you have a right, you have a duty to make sure that you put a smile on somebody's face, because
Yes.
the audacity for you to have been woken up by God, the audacity for you to ruin somebody else's day,
Come on
all
now.
because you don't want to have a good day.
Mm,
It's
that's powerful.
it's not a pleasing sight, and I don't think God will be pleased with us if we have that attitude. So
Yes.
if you don't have a great day, if you're not having a great morning, try to turn it around, but understand that is your morning, that is your day. That is not the next person. So just remember that whatever you're going through, that is your life. Okay? Um you cannot pull that negative energy into the work world, into your family, into your everyday life. If you want to be negative, you have to be negative by yourself. I'm sorry to,
Mm. Oh, that's good
but you,
right there.
but you have to be
Yeah.
negative by yourself,
Yeah,
because you
that's
don't
good.
have the right to ruin somebody else's day, all because you don't want to have a good day. You guys have a great day.
Love you, man. All right,
Love you.
Faith and Tea family, we love you. We will be back on this coming Friday with none other than Lady Phyllis Gerald. Um, make sure we share it. Make sure you already know where we're going to be. We're going to be right back on this same platform. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.